Hello, everybody, and welcome to Baka-Talk, the podcast where we talk about anime, manga, video game stuff, crappy Netflix live-action adaptations that might be coming out in the future, stuff like that. I am Sir Boom, and I'm joined by my two hosts. One of them is Pyrolis.
Hello.
And the other one is Wheeze.
Hello.
And, of course, how you guys doing?
Well, after you burned your hand, I feel a little better.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Well, I just realized that I was going through my day. I was like, it's an okay day. And now I'm thinking, well, at least I didn't burn my hand.
The grass is always blacker on the other side.
No, it depends who you're looking at, but
Because that's the color of my hand right now, so.
it probably is going in the final stages of necrosis.
Yeah.
There, I need to get that looked at.
I'm just going to cut it off at the end and then get a hook with like a grappling hook attached to it.
Well, you might want to do that sooner before it starts spreading. And there goes your arm.
Oh, well, now I'm going to have to get one of those bionic arms.
We can put a minigun on your arm.
Yeah, I'll be like that one dude from Final Fantasy VII.
There we go.
What's his name?
Boom, baby.
Oh. How you doing, Wheeze?
I'm tired.
Are you... Dude, you've been here for 3 hours. How are you tired?
I'm tired.
Is
I don't
your
know. I
hair
suddenly
longer
got
than last
tired.
week?
My hair
Yeah,
longer?
is it longer last week? Like
I mean, it
He's
grows.
wearing a ball cap right now.
Okay, is that why it looks longer?
Yeah,
He looks like a hipster.
he does. You look like a really cool dude right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Well, anyways, we have hopefully a fun episode up for
Fun
you guys today.
episode.
We have a couple cool topics to talk about, and then I think most of it's going to be free-formed, whatever the heck we want to talk
Yeah,
about.
I'm
We're gonna
tired,
put-
so I'm just gonna start talking and things are gonna happen.
Sure, go. and
Or I'm
talk.
gonna not talk at all and just stare out into outer space.
I will edit in voice clips from previous episodes. That way it sounds like you're
from
talking.
YouTube videos, just
Yeah.
like random things I've said.
You
Cut
will be
out.
my first VTuber podcast.
Yeah.
Or not VTuber, Vocaloid.
Vocaloid.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the fun in Funimation.
How's
today.
it doing? How's it going, Weez? Hey everyone, welcome. Hi. Great editing. Let's go.
What were you saying about Funimation?
I said we're gonna put the fun in Funimation.
I thought you said something about Funimation and Crunchyroll becoming one streaming service.
No, I did not.
Wow,
sure?
what a
Yeah, I'm positive.
segue.
Huh. That's what I thought I heard. Didn't you hear that?
That's what I heard.
All right.
You
cool.
guys are deaf.
Because
I am
today
deaf.
we're talking
Well,
about
you're in
this.
excruciating pain right now, and he's just sleepy. So I
This
see where the
article.
mix-up is coming from.
That's true.
What?
Exactly.
Pyrolis is ranting over there.
Oh, yeah.
As always.
All right. So our first article we found today, or last night,
We're scraping the bottom of the
we
barrel.
are scraping
You
the
mean
bottom
8
of the
minutes
barrel.
ago?
We're
Yeah.
scraping.
Dude, I could not find any anime news. No big anime news.
I know, there's no big anime news. I mean, when there is big anime news, it's just like season 2 of Vinland Saga, and then we're like, hype.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, okay.
We
Well,
should
there's-
go to Japan and become journalists.
We should. We should
There-
stalk people. We should do it like the
Yes.
American way, where we like break into their homes, where we stalk everybody.
Taste their pre-tasted food.
We make sure that the manga artists that want to be left alone are not left alone.
Open up their trash, snoop through it, see what they've been
Yeah.
buying recently.
I am concerned.
We
Kidnap them,
we
question
kidnap them.
Yes.
We kidnap their
Well, no,
children.
no, we're not kidnapping
we
them.
kidnap
Whoa,
their
whoa, whoa,
We're
hang
not,
on a
we're not
second, hang on a
kidnapping them.
second. What?
We're bringing them to a different location for interview. It's not kidnapping.
Yes. And we'll interview their children and
Yes.
their wives.
Of course, we gotta tie them up, but that's for certain reasons
it's
to
to make
set
them
the
feel
tone.
safe.
It's to set the tone.
It's to make them feel safe.
Hang on a second.
It's just
I need you
journalism.
two to stop.
It's fine though.
before
We have a
get
firearm,
arrested.
so they will not feel not safe. They'll feel safe the
Yeah,
entire
they'll
time.
feel safe because firearms are illegal in Japan. So
Yes.
obviously we're the only one that has one.
So if someone
we'll
breaks
be able
in
to
the
keep
middle
them
of an
safe.
interrogation, they'll be
Yeah,
safe.
interview.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be like the real journalists. It'll be amazing.
It's like when you're a journalist going into a war
See,
zone.
we
except
won't
we're
even
going
be
to
the
Japan.
journalist. We'll be the source.
Hang on a
Yes.
second. You guys... No, let's not do that, actually. No, I'm not even going to go there. No, let's not.
I
at
guess
all.
Boom's not coming with us.
In
Just
any
me and you.
circumstances. But know what is cool is the CEO of Sony Pictures Entertainment earlier last month, which would be August, was talking about doing a unified anime subscriptions experience.
Yes.
So, you know what that means. Funimation and Crunchyroll are dating again.
Oh my goodness. Gross.
Yeah.
They both have female waifus.
They do.
Oh, there's gonna be so much fan art.
But yeah, they're
Probably
back
is
together.
already.
Probably.
My guess is that they're finally gonna put Funimation back on the Verve.
Can they get rid of that annoying Funimation opening thing?
What?
I hate that thing.
I do
love
too.
that
Bing,
thing.
bing, bing.
I hate it.
Thanks for
as
watching.
a pirate, I hate it. I don't care where it's being pirated from. I have it. I don't want it the opening. I am skipping the streaming services for a reason. At
It's
least
so
It's,
janky. I
it's just
hate
like
it.
Anaplexes. Like they're both good.
Aniplex.
Aniplex is different.
That one's fine.
That one's the studio in which
It's
the
also
anime
like
came
yeah,
from.
it's a studio that like makes it, whereas like Funimation is just a stupid streaming service. It's like going on Netflix and every show starts out with like Netflix, bing, bing, bing. That would be so annoying.
I don't know. I find Crunchyroll is more annoying. That fireball thing.
I find them both annoying.
They don't. Crunchyroll doesn't like. I don't know. It doesn't have that like sound effect thing though.
I can tell when the anime I'm pirating is from Crunchyroll or Funimation. Because
Yeah.
Crunchyroll, they don't have the opening
Also,
in it.
yeah, Crunchyroll doesn't
Funimation,
have
they
the
do.
opening unless it's a Crunchyroll original. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Whereas Funimation just does it for all their shows, which is like.
Like, if
come
I remember
on.
right, Tanya the Evil was from Crunchyroll. Meanwhile, Goblin Slayer was from Funimation.
I don't know. I've never seen a problem with it. I have always liked it because you know why I like it? Because it allows my video to buffer just in time for me to start watching anime so it's in
That's
full
true.
quality.
I don't need that buffer.
Well,
I do need that buffer.
Also, yeah,
so.
Funimation's website sucks. So
It
they're
does
just like,
suck.
we need this little buffer to get you into the quality.
Yeah, I just download everything.
Because like whenever the mech pops up, it looks like one of those 1940s like video game pictures with like
Nice.
4 pixels.
Like you started earlier.
and by the time the anime girl pops up, it's in full quality. So
Okay.
you see where the anime like priorities are set. So
I see that, yeah. Where your priorities are set there.
pixelated robot and shiny anime girl. So
Gotta have the
I'm-
waifu looking good.
I'm curious what they're gonna do because they said they want a
unified anime subscription.
so either when you get one you're gonna get both, or there's gonna be an option to get both, or they're gonna get rid of one, which I don't really see that happening.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll
Like-
waifu just I don't feel so good.
Because
Just restart.
Funimation is like what does so many of the dubs. So it seems weird that they would put that under Crunchyroll, and it's not like they're going to get rid of Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll is like in the entire world where Funimation is just North America. They could just do the Verve thing where it's like, hey, you get this thing and you get them both, otherwise they're separate. I don't know. But saying like they want a unified anime experience makes me feel like they're just going to give you both.
Or hear me out.
I don't know.
They'll release Funny Roll or Crunchimation.
I like Crunchimation.
Crunchimation.
Crunchimation sounds
Crunchimation
amazing.
sounds great.
That'll be the new website that we have to go to.
Crunchimation. Crunchiest animation.
Then they'll get sponsored by Taco Bell, and the Taco
Oh,
Bell Fry Force anime.
Fry Force will get
it'll
made.
be made because it's now has to be made for Crunchimation.
That's gonna be great.
I am
hyped now.
all in for this. actually.
Crunchimation, sponsored by Taco Bell.
You can
Let's
sponsor us
go.
right now, Crunchimation. We just gave you an amazing
Crunchimation,
idea.
Yeah, I know Crunchyroll sponsors a bunch
Guys,
of YouTubers
let's
and stuff.
buy the domain for it real quick.
Yeah, let's buy Crunchimation.
And then they can buy it from us.
Crunchimation.
I bought it.
Heck yeah.
It was $5. I'm gonna sell it to Funimation for $1,500.
No, it's like if you sponsor us, we'll give you Crunchimation.
I am not joking. I was reading more into the article. Most of the other article is just speculation and stuff. But in one of the paragraphs it says, now a big competitor to Funny Roll. They're talking about Netflix. I'm just like, oh, that's actually kind of funny.
They should have used
Yeah.
Crunchimation.
I like Crunchimation.
I do see a lot of people freaking out that it's like anime's getting so like big corporation
Mainstream.
It already has been like that because like they bought it from AT&T. It's
Yeah.
not like they bought Crunchyroll by like
The American market has been trying to get into anime since the early 2010s.
yeah.
Well, anime in
Like-
Japan was already big corporations. I don't
And-
see what
yeah.
they're freaking out about.
And this also isn't this isn't like the only places that do anime. Like they're two of the biggest ones, but like Netflix is really big into it. Amazon's getting a bunch of exclusives and stuff, so it's not like they have a
Honestly, they should be happy.
I think what people are freaking out about is anime used to be like that niche.
Well, that's what I mean.
Kinda
They
like
should be
cool
happy.
kid
It's
thing.
getting bigger. They should be happy about that.
Yeah, it was that niche thing that like you could whisper to somebody on the other side of the bus and like, hey, you watch anime? And, like if they said yes, then it's like something really cool.
Yeah.
But if they said no, then it was like that awkward experience. And then you tell your other friends that watch anime the awkward experience.
Yeah.
It's
And then the kid that you asked shoves you in a locker and gives you a swirly.
And now it seems most people have at least seen like at least the normie shows.
Yeah.
like literally, I see people on Twitter that their career is taking their clothes off for OnlyFans, posting on Twitter, "Can I have anime recommendations?" Just that way they can get interaction from wider audience. And it's just like, wow, anime is being used as a marketing tool.
It is.
Nice.
I think that's also making it more popular. Is a lot of content creators have seen anime, even if they aren't like anime content creators.
The screen just went black. What's
It
wrong?
did just go black. I screwed up.
Nice.
But no, I agree, Weez. It's, I don't know. I am excited. What do you think, Pyrolus, for the Crunchimation collab? Are you finally going to take the dive and pay like $15 a month? No?
No, I'm not gonna pay. I'm a pirate on the seven seas. I've already stated why I pirate. It's not just because the things are separate, but it's just the whole thing of if I want to, I would prefer to just support the creator themselves instead of a streaming thing.
Okay.
It's like my opinion on why if I had
So-
the money, I'd prefer to buy wholesale over stores.
My argument is a subscription does support the creators.
Very little, but yes, I have heard your explanation.
I know. I'm just saying that it supports the creators, even if it is only a little bit. But I mean, streaming service is just kind of the way the world's going. It's kind of harder and harder to find DVDs and
Well, I make
releases and
DVDs.
stuff.
It's just I don't have the all the stuff I want to watch. I've already got the DVDs and stuff selected out to buy. I just don't have the space to store them, which is why I haven't done it.
According to Anime News Network, a AAA anime simulcast for North America might cost the licensee $250,000 per episode.
that sounds
pretty
like
insane.
supporting it to me.
Well,
That
that's
sounds
like
pretty
overall.
insane. You're not like really directly supporting it.
Yeah,
though,
I
I
prefer
think,
directly
because it's
support
more
them,
like
is
they
what
kind
I'm
of
saying.
buy it from them and then they
Yeah.
put it on their streaming service.
It's
and
just
then
like
they
a
make the
record
money.
deal.
Well,
The
it's-
record deal, you get
How it works is they go for a hit and miss. Like either people are gonna love this and we're gonna make a lot of money because of this, or people are gonna hate it and we're not gonna do so much.
my argument is those anime is getting to the point where it's so big that every show they basically have to get. There's no more like picking and choosing like what you're just saying. It's they have to have their full collection on their streaming site, which is going to cost them more money because, like you said, there is going to be points where they're going to have to get like the rights to a show that they know is not going to do well.
Yeah.
But people are going to be mad if they don't have that show.
See, like I said, I just prefer. If I want to support someone, I'll find my own way to do it. I don't want to pay someone else to get it for me.
Okay. I wasn't trying to ask for your argument on pirating. I was just wondering if you were going to do the streaming service.
And it's kind of like asking for my argument on pirating, though.
I've already heard your argument on pirating
Exactly.
like 6 times already on
Yep.
this podcast.
At
so
least.
it's all good. Anyways, so we know what the pirate says. How about you, Weez? I know you bounce back between Crunchyroll and Funimation depending what you're watching.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do a little bit more expensive or like a one chunk fee a month?
Depends how much more expensive.
So what's your price range? What you looking at?
I don't know. Crunchyroll's like
$7.
$7, something like that. So maybe $10. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Funimation is $7.99 a month.
Yeah.
I think Crunchyroll is $7 or $8. They might be the same price.
Yeah.
They're cheaper than every other streaming service, which is cool.
Yeah.
But then you have Verve, which is $10, and you get High Dive, Crunchyroll, Rooster Teeth,
Yeah.
all the other like
And I
cool
don't really
streaming sites.
care about any of the other ones. I used High Dive to watch Made in Abyss, but I just got a free trial and canceled it.
Yeah,
So that's pretty easy.
Cool.
Same with like Amazon Prime, because I was watching Made in Abyss on Amazon Prime. I had a free trial of Amazon Prime, so I was like, oh, I'll just finish the show.
You can use my Amazon Prime because I have it for like cheaper Amazon shipping.
Nice.
I just had to take the dive again and get Amazon Prime.
I know
I started ordering too much crap.
Yeah, my family has Amazon Prime too. We use it on the TV thing.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, good to know. I think I would probably be willing to get it, especially if I could cancel my Verve subscription.
Yeah.
And get that for.
Like, do you ever use High Dive or Rooster Teeth? Or
I watched High Dive. I use High Dive to watch a lot of the older shows because they have a lot of the older ones. Because the older, darker animes are usually harder to get because they have to be censored. But High Dive like specializes in getting the uncensored version.
Oh, okay.
So I think I watched High Dive to get. I used High Dive to watch like Elfen Lied. Of course, Made in Abyss, other shows like that. So
yeah,
it's also kind of weird because Verve very much makes it hard to tell what you're watching it on until you click on the show.
Yeah.
So like you'll just search something up and it's like, yeah, we have that, and you click on it, it's like, oh, this is from High Dive.
Yeah, Verve is a really great website. Like Crunchyroll just changed theirs. Well, they kind of have like the normal version that's all janky, and then they have like the souped up version for like if you have premium. But like that, they turned it into like now it looks like Netflix, or it's like streaming service-y thingy.
That's what Funimation did as well. So.
Okay, that's cool because then there was I hate when they have the janky like this is you search for something and it's either like here's a product of it that you can buy the DVDs or whatever. It's like this is stupid. Or you search for it and it gives you like random episodes.
Yep.
And it's like why? It feels so janky. You have to like search it and hope it like comes up underneath the search bar to like click on the thing. Otherwise it'll just take you to a whole bunch of random crap and you have to like find it in a janky way. It's such a pain.
Verve will do that as well. Like if you click on like the most recent thing, like I clicked on Made in Abyss just now and it brought up Made in Abyss. And of course it's from High Dive. But then like if I searched say like Magical Girl or something like that.
Yeah, but at least like they'll find your anime when you like search for it.
Yeah.
So
and they have like a thing of like series, movies, episodes where you can like go to the different tabs. That's cool, and that's like a decent like thing.
Yeah.
When I first started my career on the 7 Seas, if I wanted to find something, a lot of times I'd have to use the Japanese name for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just recently, like 2-3 years ago, they started finally translating the names over.
Yep. I know you have to do that on Mal a lot.
Yeah,
you have to use the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the American name won't register. Because a lot of times the American name's actually a really badly translated version of the title.
Usually,
Yeah.
It's something like you have Redo of Healer, and like Redo of Healer might have like a totally different American meaning than like the actual.
Yeah, ReZero's title is quite a bit different.
It is. And Bright Side Konosuba is just God's blessing on this great earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which the anime truly is about and admits it perfectly.
Totally didn't cut anything out there.
No, we don't have an injured co-host here.
My green beans melted.
His green beans melted on his hands, so obviously he had to get some strawberries to put on his hands.
He has a thing for frozen fruit.
Yeah, he's got a thing for frozen fruit.
I don't have a thing.
He breathes heavily down the grocery aisle.
He's just like looking down the grocery aisle. He's just like Hisoka standing there staring at the frozen fruit. And it's like, Mommy, why is that guy doing? It's like, look away, Timmy.
I mean, it is at Walmart. You could probably just catch me inside like the freezer.
Yeah, you're just like inside the freezer. I'm in heaven.
What do you mean doing that freezer? Hey, get out of there. Get the stick again.
Yeah. He's back.
Sir, we told you not to sleep in the frozen fruit aisle.
Sir, this is the fifth time we're going to call the cops if this happens again. The manager already told you.
But look at these strawberries. They're so beautiful.
Look at the blueberries. They're so cute.
All right, get the taser.
No, not the taser.
No, not again.
Leave me and Blueberry Chat alone.
So anyways.
Don't touch my pomegranates.
Speaking of being controlled
can't
by
sell those anymore.
Speaking of being controlled by authorities.
Ooh,
you know, like how they always kick you out of the store when you try to sleep with the frozen fruit.
Hey, it happened one time.
Apparently, China has a screen time ban for children under the age of 18. And how do they plan on enforcing this? So
I don't know.
So teenagers and children under the age of 18, which are just people under the age of 18, they cannot play video games for more than 3 hours a week.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I do that one day.
It's
Like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna enforce this.
These laws are weird because I don't think there's really a way to enforce it. Maybe it's just so the parents can like scare their kids, where it's like, you're gonna be going to jail unless you.
On the bright side, StarCraft is going to be a whole lot easier with the Chinese players out there.
I don't know. It's weird.
Is that a big Chinese game?
It's mainly a Korean.
Is it? That's what I thought. I thought it was Korean mainly.
Well, it was technically made in Korea. Blizzard was.
Well, you have like
started there.
StarCraft. You have like Dota. What's League of Legends? Those are all like mainly Korean.
Yeah,
right?
well, Blizzard, I believe, started in Korea.
Did it?
I think
I
so.
thought that was a San Francisco.
I want to say it started in Korea, then moved to America.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Most of the games are very big in Korea.
Yeah.
They like the game.
Well, they like the strategy, the fast-paced like strategy
Like
of it.
they had big tournaments.
Yeah, they
all the
still
time.
do for League of Legends.
They don't anymore for StarCraft, but that's because of how Blizzard designed StarCraft to no longer be LAN compatible.
Really?
Yes, it's very stupid.
That's stupid.
It is.
Huh. But yeah, China, trying to make more productive citizens, I'm guessing, or less brain dead children. I don't know what their excuse is going to be.
They did try to. The men started cross dressing, and they did kind of illegalize that as well when that started happening.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because of the whole birth policy about you can only have X amount of boys and X amount of girls. They had more boys than girls. And usually in a scenario like that, sexually frustrated men start doing weird things, kind of like what happened in Rome. Except for the difference was, China was like, yeah, no gay here. And they started enforcing stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. China has some really messed up policies. Good thing this is probably never going to be in China. Our podcast, anyways.
China's the very anti-gay. And the very anti-freedom anything.
Yeah, China's pretty crazy. But like,
it is.
This kind of stuff, and it's also like, if you're in Hollywood, you can't talk bad about China because China makes you a bunch of money.
Yeah.
What I find funny is the article I found is it says, oh, that's an idea. U.S. parents respond to China screen time ban. And it's just this lady with like her 3 kids. She's talking about like, yeah, you really don't like China, but I like their screen time ban. I'm picturing the average like
I know
Karen mom like, hey, China's doing it, so I can. Let's do only 3 hours a week.
Like it's
video games formed me into the man I am today. There's nothing wrong with me. Ignore the skeletons in my closet, but there's nothing wrong with me.
China should just use you as their poster boy. Just like, do you want to be this when you grow up?
They'll all be like, yeah.
They're just like, oh crap.
Look at that man with his horrible knees and his hernia at a young age.
It'll just be like the anti-smoking like ads. It'll just be like showing a picture of you. It's like, do you want to be this when you grow up?
Do you want to be addicted to firearms and never find someone to love?
And the kids are like, oh no, I don't want to be like that guy.
Do you want to pirate games until you can afford them, then pirate anime the rest of your life?
Okay, I think you can stop with the self-burns now.
Anyways, I don't know how they plan on enforcing this rule.
What do you guys think of it?
I think it's
think
horrible.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
As a gamer, this is the worst rule
So
that I've ever
obviously
heard of.
we don't have children.
also,
We're also all pretty young. But like, if you guys had children, what would you allow for screen time during the school week?
Well, personally, I am very much free will. If you want to fail at your school, go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll reward good work, but I won't reward bad work, obviously. But I'm not gonna tell them not to do something. That's their choice.
Depends how old they are and stuff like that. I don't know.
But
like, people thinking that this is a good thing is like really dumb because it's a very like biased thing where it's like if they told you could only eat this much food like every day, you'd be upset, obviously. And that's kind of like the same thing as they're just enforcing a rule of something that you can't do while you're at your home.
Video games, especially video games, are like they make the mind. They access creative parts of the mind.
They do.
And so like I feel like one of the reasons why China's banning this is because they have a thing against creativity, as you've probably noticed.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's probably it.
It is weird that it's specifically video games.
Yeah.
Like, if it was screen time in general, just like watching movies, being on social media, all that kinds of stuff, that makes a little bit more sense. Where it's like, we want you to be more, you know,
I think it might
in
also
the
be-
real world or whatever.
Well, I think it might also be because a lot of the stuff they watch is very heavily monitored and controlled.
Yeah.
So I think it might be that video games isn't
That
as
makes
monitored
sense,
and controlled.
because like video games can have like online interactions that
Yeah.
they can't like go after in real time.
Well, also just like stories in games in general.
Yeah,
So it's probably just some
that
of
is
that
interesting. So yeah, it's like you could sit in your room and watch movies all day, and it would probably be worse for you than playing video games all day, depending.
too. Xi Jinping not approved.
That's why you have to have a good balance of watching TV and playing video games to be a well-rounded individual.
That's why I have 2 monitors that way people at the same time.
I am working on that, and I'm trying so hard to
You
get
got
another
2
monitor.
monitors
That's
right
the
here.
moral of
Yeah,
this
but I have to turn
story.
around to see the other monitor.
China should just say, like, if you play 3 hours of video games, you have to watch 3 hours of TV. That should
There
be
you
the
go.
rule.
3 hours
I
of
should be
games, 3 hours of Xi Jinping making one of his
I should be
speeches.
the president or dictator, whatever, of China. Just be like, these are the rules now.
I don't know. As my idea would be, as long as the kid is at least studying a little bit, or at least pretending to study, I don't care if he plays video games.
Like I said before, it's up to him if he wants to.
Like,
if he wants to
it is
ruin
up
his
to
future.
him. I mean, I never had a good time during school, but I got my work done, so that way I could go play video games and go play outside.
Yeah,
That is like a reward, too, where you can just be like, once you get your thing done, then you can do whatever you
Yeah.
want.
I planned it as like, well, if you get A's, you get an extra allowance, I suppose.
Right?
If you get A's, you get a PS2.
Yeah.
If you get B's, you get...
Basically, yeah, I'm gonna go it based off reward system. You choose whether you want it or not.
I don't know if I'd go off rewards. I'm always I'm gonna be that type of person where it's like, hey, you want this, you should probably work for it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what a reward is. You work for it, you get it.
Yeah,
I
guess.
don't believe in forcing someone to do something because usually forced labor produces weak fruits.
Yep.
But if it's something that they want to do, and usually if they want to do it, especially if they're working towards a reward, they're more happier about doing it. And then when they get
Yeah.
the reward, it makes them happier.
No, you just force your children to work in the factories.
Definitely. And you give them 1 potato a week.
If I had a bunch of children working around me while I was working, I don't think I'd like that. So
No,
don't.
you just... All the children work together in the factory.
Oh, so that way I don't have to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
You send your children to the
So
factory. to
I
work.
can play video games all
Exactly.
day.
Because you're
Yeah.
old enough. You're above 18. You don't have the 3-hour screen ban.
Heck yeah, I'm moving to China.
Let's go.
Let's go. We'll probably get killed for being American, but yay!
I don't think they kill people. I hope they don't.
They
don't
do.
know.
They wouldn't. No, you
They
can
do.
you can openly go to China. I think.
Yeah, you can.
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
If you
can.
like visit
Not
China,
really, no.
or if you have like business or whatever.
You
I don't
can't just like travel
Well,
to
right
China.
now it's like COVID stuff. I don't think.
Right, of course. I mean, everything's
It's
weird.
kind of hard to get into China.
Yeah. Okay, sure. All right. Well, anyways, our last topic for today, talking about video games.
Yes.
MLK is coming to Battle Royale video game
Milk?
Fortnite.
Why?
Not milk. Martin Luther King.
Uh,
He is coming to the very popular online video game Fortnite. He will be a hologram in a exhibit that is contributed to the leader himself in his. Oh, it exposes players to his speech and crusade for justice. Oh, I'm confused. What is this article saying? Oh, okay. So there's going to be an exhibit in Fortnite where there's going to be an MLK, like, there's going to be MLK. He's going to be doing his speech. I believe I Have a Dream speech. Where basically they're trying to produce or get players into, like, history, I think. It is kind of confusing.
My issue with that is Fortnite's not really that kind of game, so it doesn't really make sense to add something like that.
What type of game is Fortnite? Can you honestly answer that to me?
I'd say an FPS.
Think about it this way. Fortnite is the game where they have concerts in it. They have rocket launches in it. They have different game modes in it. You can play hockey in it. Also, you're supposed to be the last man standing in a 100-person battle royale.
I'd say it's a shooter game.
So what type of game is Fortnite where you can watch a concert, you can shoot people, you can play hockey, you can drive cars, you can play putt-putt golf?
Isn't that the core world, not Fortnite?
No, that's Fortnite itself.
Because I know they got the core world that's based off of Fortnite.
No, it's just Fortnite.
I haven't heard anything about the concerts or the putt-putt golf.
Yeah, there's concerts.
Yeah, there was.
Ariana Grande, is that her name? Is going to be in Fortnite.
That's gross.
Yeah. They also have like constant events.
Fortnite
with, like,
just got like really popular, and
It
then
did.
they're like, "Hey, we're gonna put Thanos in it during
That's
the
gross.
Avengers."
So I
thing."
guess like, what is Fortnite? Like, if it has all this stuff in it, it's no longer a battle royale game. It's more like a social experience where at the end you have to kill your friends. That way you become number
it's
one.
Almost, yeah, it's weird. It's almost like a social media thing. For the most part, it's just a battle royale, third-person shooter.
I don't know. I feel like it's like a 30-minute like social media, and then at the end you just have to shoot everybody.
It's the longest game of Russian
So
roulette
kind of like
ever.
how social media like pans out to be, like where everybody
Kinda.
wants to shoot everybody at
Yeah.
the end.
Except for
Wow,
Night
it's slowly turning into social media. It's
Yeah.
social media in reverse.
Live action Twitter.
Wow.
Here we go. I don't know. I personally think it's kind of cool that they're going to be putting a historical figure into the game.
I would prefer this in like a different kind of game also.
That's
though.
what I mean.
Like,
So
part
what
of
type
it,
of game would you want it in?
a history game. For
yeah,
example, like
more-
Age of Empires, they've got a bunch of history stuff, which makes sense because
yeah, like a game that's like based on history or a story that's based like around the events makes
Right.
it more
So
interesting to me. The
And
thing
I
is,
guess
like,
the-
he's a political speaker, so they could just like, it would be weird if they just randomly had like presidents like speak in Fortnite.
I feel like it's more
That's
like a preachy
probably
thing
coming
personally.
like
next.
that could come next, which is it's just kind of weird to
Yeah.
me. Like,
well, and that's
I don't
what I
know.
was trying to say. Like my question is, what is Fortnite? At
I
this
feel
point?
like Fortnite is more of like an escapist experience.
You've also
than
got to look
like
at the demographic. As far as I'm aware, the demographic of Fortnite is still younger kids.
Yeah.
Right. People that not like people that don't even know who MLK is.
Yeah, that's something you usually learn in school. I think when video games do stuff like that, it's bordering indoctrination depending on the way they take it.
How is it indoctrination when they're just like showing his speech?
That's why I said depending on the way they take it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is really cool. I think it's cool that they're trying to like sneakily introduce history to people. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be just as cool if they had Abraham Lincoln in it and they showed his like what was the speech called? The 407 years ago
Yeah.
speech. Or if they had like the Declaration of Independence in it, or
Like I said, it just depends on how they take it.
It does depend on how they
Yeah.
take it.
I mean, it'd be cool if they did a thing in the game where like there's a building and it's just like a museum, a history museum, but when you actually walk through, it's actually like real life history.
That would be.
So
kinda
you could
cool.
be
That'd
like
be
playing
interesting.
through the building, but also you're being introduced to all these things where you can walk up to like a statue of like I can't think of the first president of the United States name.
George Washington.
George Washington, and you could like see a brief history of him.
Yeah.
Or you can walk
That's
up
like what
to
me and Weez were saying about a different type of game, though.
Yeah, I feel like Fortnite's. I don't know. Fortnite's confusing because what like world is Fortnite inhabiting? Like, is it its
That's what
own
I'm saying.
universe? Because if it's its own universe, it seems weirder to have like real world things in
It's
it.
not its own universe because it's had Marvel, it's had DC,
It has.
it's
But like
had.
I think it's supposed to have its own world. I think because they even called DC 63 a reimagined Washington DC. Is it like set in the future?
I don't know. I really don't know. But
Oh,
anyways,
it sounds like they're playing his entire speech, 17-minute speech. That's kind of cool, I guess. In the background, I do feel like it would be better in a different, like a more serious game,
Yeah.
like a more of like a Call of Duty style game where it feels more realistic and grounded.
Or like in Death Parade, where they've broken up bits of MLK's speech in the background as they're playing to the death.
That was just a weird thing in the dub, I think.
Yeah, it was, but it was great.
But yeah. I don't know. It's fine. Like, I'm not against Martin Luther King Jr. I think he's great.
No, I'm not against him either.
But like, it just, I don't know. It feels weird to have more real life things that are.
I mean, I don't play Fortnite either
based.
way.
I don't play Fortnite.
Neither do I.
So to me, it's not affecting me, so I don't care. But I think it's cool that they're like, hey, here's this really cool and good opportunity to show the history to a bunch of 14-year-olds and a bunch of 15-year-olds that like have probably never even heard of Martin Luther King.
Yeah, usually that's the first thing you hear when it comes to history. One of them.
I mean, it is in history, but like we were just talking
figure.
about how many kids pay attention in school.
I liked history class personally, so I paid attention a lot. But I'm not every other kid, too.
Right, exactly.
But
I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it's kind of cool.
like I said, it's going to depend on how it goes.
Right.
Because like the whole China thing, I think games play a bigger role in... Like I said, how I grew up. I think video games play a bigger role, especially nowadays, in how kids grow up than what people realize.
Exactly.
So depending on how it goes, depends on how I'm going to feel about it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't like it as much because Fortnite is such like a dorky game.
I think our generation has been kind of brainwashing itself to hate Fortnite.
Yeah.
I just personally don't
it's,
like it.
It's partially just like, I think the game is more cartoony. It's more meant for just like dumb fun, if that makes sense. Like, it just seems weird to have like a real life thing and try to make it like meaningful when the game is like riding on golf carts and like shooting like ridiculous weapons at each other.
But what I'm saying is they already have BTS concerts.
Yeah.
They have Justin Bieber was in there?
But that's like pop culture thing, and this is like political history.
They are kind of different.
It is kind of different, but I think it's also interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just depends on how they take it.
Yeah. Anyways,
it looks
cool.
like, I don't know, maybe it looks like they're doing like a history thing. So,
Looks
I don't
like
know.
March through time.
Yeah.
DC 63 probably means like 1963.
They're doing a partnership with Time Studios. So, could be interesting.
Huh.
Anyways, I think that's about it for articles. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Let's see, what is there to talk about? Anything on your mind, Luis?
You know what we should do really quick? We should take a break.
Oh,
And then
That's
we'll
what
come
I was
back.
thinking.
I guess we're going to be
do
talking about the
We're
break.
talking about ad time.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody.
We're back, and Boom got injured, so he's no longer hosting. Welcome to Baka-Talk.
I'm not back. I'm
Did you
dead.
just steal this from
I
me
just stole that from
because I burned
because
my
of
hand?
your injuries.
robbed it.
Yeah, you got put on the bench.
What the heck,
I
dude?
got taken over. I'm
Fine.
the first string quarterback now.
I'm out of here.
Nice.
See you
Let's
guys.
go.
That means Luis is editing.
Oh no.
Hey, I've seen
Never
his editing
mind.
skills. His editing skills are pretty good.
Yeah.
For
Decent
video.
editing skills.
I mean, he edits his audio first.
I do edit the audio first. It takes so long.
All right. I guess that's fair then.
I breathe so much. I need to learn how to stop breathing, and then it'll make editing easy.
You see, we have an issue. We have an addiction to oxygen. We just have to face it, come to terms with it, and then stop it.
Yeah. I need to go to an addiction clinic thing. Just be like, I can't.
Let's go together.
Stop breathing.
We should go together and be
Just-
supportive of each other.
Yeah. And then we can like have an accountability thing. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
have you done the breath thing lately? It's like, yeah, just did it like 5 minutes ago.
I just did like a second ago. I'm sorry.
It's so hard.
And we get like support animals to try
Yes.
and help us stop breathing. You need like a boa constrictor, and I get like a platypus or something.
What would a platypus do for you not to breathe?
They've got poison spikes.
That kills you.
I'll stop breathing.
It'll help. Yeah, help. So yeah, if you're
Sure,
struggling with
okay.
oxygen addiction,
Get a platypus
get
today.
a platypus today.
At 1-800-platypustoday.com.
You can watch my YouTube videos. That'll help, just relieve stress, and you'll stop thinking about it. And when you stop thinking about it, you'll stop doing it probably. So
You can watch the
That's
videos
true.
of when I was young and wish that you just would die on the spot.
So yeah, breathing addiction's a big problem. It affects like 10 out of 10 Americans.
It affects 8 trillion people on this world.
Yeah,
It is-
It's crazy.
It's something people don't talk about really either.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like an
And
undergoing
it's
issue.
affected us for like all of humanity.
Oxygen is the number one cause of death.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Everyone who's breathed have died.
Yes.
So that's pretty.
The
pretty
same
staggering
argument
numbers.
for water.
Yeah, water's pretty bad too.
Water is
Everyone does
bad.
that.
And like
But water is weird because 100% of people that haven't drank water have died, and 100% of people that have drank water have died.
Yeah, but you can also OD on water, and that's not great.
You can. I
Also-
tried that once.
despite being 70 to 80% water, we still end up drowning in it.
Yeah. We should just, if we go into the ocean, we should just absorb into the ocean and become just this massive pool of
We should
consciousness.
Become part of the ocean.
That's
That-
some Evangelion crap right there.
If we become
That's
part
the
of the
plot
ocean,
of Evangelion.
this
It
is
is.
No, this is perfect. We become part of the ocean. Not only will water not kill us, but we will no longer need to breathe.
Exactly.
Fixes two of our addictions.
We'll be
right
like
there.
mer people,
Yes.
except no fish.
We'll
Just-
become jellyfish.
We will just become ocean people.
Let's become jellyfish. Jelly people.
Can we make an anime about this? This
I
sounds
wanna
like
be a slime.
This sounds like an Evangelion like thing.
This
Can I
is
be a
just
slime?
Evangelion.
Okay, cool.
I want to be a slime.
That is Made in Abyss.
I won't need to breathe, and I won't need to be dyed by water.
That's true.
I'm gonna become a slime man.
Oh, there's that one anime, reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah. That time. I got
I'm
me.
confused though because he looks like he's not a slime person.
It's because he can mimic.
He can mimic.
Yes, he's got a
Yeah.
power called mimic.
So he mimics an anime character, but he's really a slime.
Yes.
He can like absorb everything too, I think.
Yeah, when he absorbs something.
So
he
he's
can-
just anime Kirby.
when he can absorb something, he can
Oh,
transform into
dang.
it.
He's Japanese Kirby, but
Kirby.
Kirby's
I
Japanese.
was saying Kirby's already
so
Japanese.
He's
I need to watch the Kirby anime.
There's a Kirby anime.
Yes.
Are you talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime?
no,
No.
that time I got reincarnated as a Kirby,
Oh,
as a
okay.
god of destruction and
Okay.
death. As a
that's
god
like
of
the
chaos.
best isekai ever.
That'd be amazing.
So, freeform discussion. Have you guys ever watched an older anime and realized, dang, we have it good here in 2021?
Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I started watching Fairy Tail,
Yeah.
and that was made. It wasn't even made that long ago. It was made in 2009.
Yeah.
I was just like, dang, this is a good show, but it's nowhere near like the quality that we have nowadays.
How many episodes does Inuyasha even have? Hold on, let me Google.
Over 400.
I was about to say, I think it's like 400 to 500.
Yeah.
Do you know how many seasons Inuyasha has?
I have no idea.
One.
Oh, is it one of those?
It's one, yes.
Ah, dang.
Dang.
One season.
Yeah.
That's insane, actually.
I completed an entire season of Inuyasha though.
Nice.
Nice.
It was now I'm waiting for Inuyasha 2 to come out.
Yeah.
I definitely noticed some things with older shows where they're just kind of like they
There's
don't.
something about it. They just don't feel like they're grounded in
Yeah,
gravity as much.
It's like they don't show you as much. It seems
Yeah.
like sometimes it's either like they go overboard and they show you like every little thing that they're doing,
Yeah.
or it seems they show you like nothing at all. So then it just goes from like, hey, we're talking about this. Suddenly we're there, and there's just like no like.
Exactly,
There's
and that's
no,
kind of
like,
what I'm seeing
transition.
with Fairy Tail. Like it's really good, but just like one moment they're like fighting the big bad guy.
Yeah.
Next moment they're like walking down the road because they just beat the big bad guy,
Yeah.
and it's just like, what
It's like
happened?
where
Never
was the
mind.
climax of the fight? Like they don't. It seems like a lot of times they forget to do the whole like build up and climax thing.
Yeah.
They just kind of like. Okay, like, oh, we should go fight this guy, and then it's just like they're fighting them, and then it's like he's defeated, and then it's like, wait, what happened? How did these things happen?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
how did you go from point A to point B?
Inuyasha is actually different in that aspect then. Inuyasha actually feels like a slice of life, but in medieval Japan with demons.
That's cool.
That's cool.
And fighting.
That sounds like most of the genre of anime.
You guys should try watching it. It's pretty good.
But I feel
Yeah.
like Cowboy Bebop kind of felt that way.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
It was just like, here's a random bounty, and the next thing you know, they're like chasing after the bounty, and then it's like, I don't know. It just felt weird.
It
like,
felt disconjointed.
yeah,
Disjointed. That's the word.
it like
especially-
just didn't flow right.
The one
Yeah.
episode with a kid that appeared out of nowhere, and then like they forgot about that and went to another
Right.
episode.
Yeah,
Where nowadays it feels like you have like if somebody's gonna walk to the store, you have them in the apartment talking about walking to the store. they have walking to the store, and then they
Yeah.
have shopping
Then,
at thing,
yeah, into
and that's
the
the
store.
whole episode.
Yeah.
And then you have what happens afterwards in another episode.
Mhm.
Are we segueing over to not School Live, the show we watched,
Lucky Star?
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Okay.
segueing. I'm actually
Just saying.
interestingly talking about this because I noticed it. I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes of Fairy Tail, and I was just like, it's a good show. Just felt like there was something completely different about it than newer shows.
I
Yeah.
wonder if it's that they don't explain things as clearly as
Yeah.
they do now.
Could be.
Like they expected their audience to just try to piece it together and like really pay close attention.
Well, it
whereas
could
now we
be.
kind of like show everything that's going on so you can
It could be
understand.
back then. I'm not sure about Cowboy Bebop,
Could
but
be
a
budget
decent amount of
exchange
stuff.
and
It could be
stuff.
budget, or it could be they hoped most of the fan was coming from like the novels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they could like grip out on things because of budget and hoping that the audience are ones that got the book.
That's true. And a lot of times they're also pandering more to actual Japanese audience
That too,
instead of a international audience like they do nowadays. So most everything that they probably explain in newer shows, they didn't feel like they had to explain in older shows.
They also gotta wonder like what got cut because of whatever law, because some shows back then might have that.
And
Yeah.
time restraints where it's like your episode has to be 22 minutes or whatever to
Yeah.
fit in this many ads.
Yeah, because of the time slot.
So
and then
so that'll sometimes make it janky too.
one thing I definitely did not miss is the commercial cuts.
Oh,
'Cause,
where they
like-
would do like the whole screen like
Yeah,
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Full Metal
Yeah.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what they do with Fairy Tail, basically, and it's just like, yeah, I definitely don't miss this. I'm glad that we're in streaming.
Yeah.
land now.
Yeah.
Where it just like cuts and cuts.
I know you saw that high school did that, and I didn't like what they did there.
Yeah, high school was probably one of the worst ones for it because it's just like, here's fan service right
Yeah.
before we
Yeah.
go to commercial.
I
We're
very much
back.
dislike
Here's
that.
more fan service.
It's
And
not
just
as
like,
bad when they
what the
have
heck?
just like a little icon of like, this is what you're watching.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
shows up when you come back, but when it's just like full screen, like 5 seconds of your time just to say like Full Metal Alchemist. And then you get this every single freaking episode.
I don't mind it so much when it's like when it's just like there's an obvious cut and then
Yeah.
it comes back and you rewatch the last 5 seconds. I don't mind that
Yeah.
personally because it's not, like you said, in your face.
Yeah.
Who's got the notifications on?
I muted my.
Let me double check
Mine's
mine.
silent.
Must be coming from my TV.
Yeah, mine's silent, too.
So
Yeah.
that's that. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I just noticed that, and it's interesting watching an older show, seeing everything that's in it, seeing how like it's dubbed because I'm watching it dubbed.
Yeah.
It's really interesting dubbed. 'Cause it feels like more of a cartoon at this point than an actual like anime.
That makes sense.
Like
too.
nowadays, you have like real life voice acting. It feels like they're actual characters. Back then, it felt like they were trying to be way too animated.
Yeah.
That makes sense because they're probably going after more of like the goofy cartoon
Yeah.
style, that like old cartoon.
And Fairy
style.
Tail does have that feeling where it's supposed to be more of a comedy.
Yeah.
I do hear it gets more serious, more seasons you go in, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who played the voice of Goku?
Goku.
And at least the English dub, I think it was.
I'm not sure.
An 80-year-old woman.
Really?
Yes.
Dang, that's crazy.
And like I believe it was.
How?
I don't know. And like Luffy from One Piece, I do believe it's either Luffy or Natsu from Fairy Tail, one of the two, or someone else, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those two. Was played by like a 30 or 40-year-old woman who also played in Lab Rats as a principal.
Ash from Pokemon's played by like a
That's what it was. It was Ash.
40-year-old woman.
Yeah.
I know in the Japan voice acting, I think it's Edward or Al is played by a woman. But that's actually kind of common in Japanese voice
Yeah.
acting.
It's also
Most-
common here in America.
Most
Yeah.
younger like boys are voiced by women. Like most of the cast of Hunter x Hunter.
Yep.
It's because boys in general sound more feminine before they hit puberty.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And it's easier for them to mimic that kind of voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which some of them do an insanely good job of, and you're like, oh my goodness, I could not tell that was a woman at all. And other ones, it's just like, yeah, it's really obvious.
Gotta feel bad for some of their husbands though. Just saying.
Why?
You
You don't know if it's your son talking to your wife.
Exactly. Like,
They definitely put on a voice though. It's not like
oh yeah,
that's
they
Yeah,
have a
no.
voice. No, it's not their natural voice, but like they could definitely screw with them.
But like Gon and Killua are both voiced by female, and in the sub, it's insane. Like I know that with like Ash, like I saw like a video, and then
Yeah.
when I heard Ash again, it's like okay, that sounds like a woman.
Yeah.
With these characters, I like consistently forget.
Yeah.
And then there's Kurapika, who's just like a guy and is supposed to be like older, and he's voiced by a woman, and he sounds like a woman, and he looks like a woman.
Timmy Turner from The Fairly Odd Parents
Yeah.
was voiced by a woman. Like, I didn't know that. I thought it was your little boy
yeah.
the entire time. Sometimes they'll
It's
do that.
really cool what voice actors can do.
Yeah, it is.
Like, have you seen the voice actor for the original Optimus Prime?
I have not known.
Dude, this dude, like, you see him talking, he sounds like a normal old dude.
Yeah.
And then he switches to his Optimus Prime voice, and it's weird. He, like,
Yeah.
switches, like, 3 dimensions into, like, this almost robotic, like, Transformer voice.
Yeah,
it's
it's crazy.
interesting.
Well, it's like the guy that voices SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
His voice is completely different.
Yep. Or
Yeah, it's
Mr.
pretty
Krabs.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Krabs is so weird, like, listening to him talk
Mm-hmm.
and voice act, it's cool.
Denzel Crocker was one. That was great.
And I don't know who that is.
The old man in Fairly Odd Parents that kept on trying to catch the fairies.
Oh,
Fairies.
okay.
Yeah, I think usually they don't use boys, like young boys, as voice actors because their voice changes.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
it's like halfway through the series, it's like, well, crap.
Well, they also have the problem with the voice cracking,
Yeah.
breaking.
That's the
stuff
problem
like
is
that.
once it gets to that point, their voice very noticeably changes. And
Yeah.
then it's like,
My voice still
well,
cracks.
Mine does too.
my voice doesn't crack.
Mine
It's
neither.
totally fine.
We can do this.
Well, welcome to Baka-Talk.
How is everyone?
Who is everyone? It's just like one day you're like talking really high, and then the next day you're just like, hey everyone, and then the next day you're like, hello, welcome to Baka-Talk.
My name is Pyrulus. How is everyone today?
But I don't know, I found it interesting, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was cool.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, old stuff is definitely very, very different. Where you're just
It
like,
is.
what? Why would they? Why?
And then, like, some of the characters' reactions is just like,
Yeah.
why are you flipping
Some
out
of the,
about
like
that?
over
It's
the
like,
top, like the humor's very different. too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even from like Lucky Star, the humor's like very different than what's more common.
It does,
They
yeah.
did a lot of references to like older shows. Like I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
show we watched today had a Steins Gate reference.
They had a
I'm
ton
almost
of
positive.
references to different things.
Yeah.
Lucky Star was made before Steins Gate.
The visual novel or the anime?
The
I don't know when
anime,
the
I'm
visual
pretty
novel
sure.
was made.
Because the visual novel is pretty popular.
Was it?
Mm.
It could have been a reference to the visual novel.
Could have been. But I know the anime was made before
Yeah. The
um,
anime
Lucky-
was
Steins Gate came out.
Steins Gate
Okay.
was 2011, and I think Lucky Star was like 2010 or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of references to like older stuff. Obviously, like the phones and everything they
Yeah.
use is like
Oh,
older
yeah, for sure.
technology. So I feel like Love is War is a modern version of Lucky Star, where it has like a ton
Yeah.
of references and stuff, and like a bunch of like that kind of jokes, and
Yep.
it kind of has that like short skit style too.
It does. Like, they have that. I feel like in Love is War, the punchline, like, they have like 2 punchlines to each episode. So, like, the first skit is like one punchline, and then like the second skit is another punchline.
Yeah.
And it's just like one whole joke throughout the whole thing.
And then they have references like they have the one kid like plays a Switch and he plays like Mario Kart
Yeah.
and Super Smash Bros. And then there was like that Dark Souls reference.
Yep.
And then there's like I heard later, I think in the manga there's a Apex Legends reference where they're like,
Really?
there's like a whole arc apparently where they're playing Apex Legends.
It's actually kind of cool.
That's great.
So
I know, like, there's that JoJo reference. There's like so many different
Yeah.
types of references to it. So
You think the art transitions were references to something?
in Lucky Star,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
they could be. They probably are.
Because that was really jarring in my opinion. Like it just real quick transition to something really
Yeah.
realistic, then back to cartoon. I was like, what?
I don't know. I know back then they liked using animation as like
Again,
emotion
Yeah.
Yeah.
portrayal and stuff. So I could see
I think
that.
they could use it as just like a weird gag too.
They could.
Just
They
like
really could.
Because Lucky Star is very self-aware with
Watch
like a
it.
lot of the stuff.
Watch it end up like a school life where like we're going by a blue-haired girl's perspective. So whenever anything gets like too real for her, we see what the real world looks like, and then it transitions back to her mindset of everything's cartoony,
And instead
fun,
of it being like
amazing.
a zombie apocalypse, she's just like a drug addict or something.
Well, I'm thinking more she's just a neat that wants to ignore life.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like that one anime with the girl that doesn't want to do anything and just like hide in her room all day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The orange puff thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? We were talking about Lucky Star. That's a good transition into our episode 4 review.
Episode 4 review.
Yeah.
That was cheesy.
What made the internet mad today?
All right. So, what did you guys think? What did you guys think of episode 4?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was funny. I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, it was decent.
Talk about motivation.
Yeah. I think compared to episode 3, it was boring.
Yeah, I think it was worse
That's
than
fair.
episode 3.
Yeah, like you said, they're talking about motivation
Yeah.
the whole time, which is interesting. I'm seeing more of like an actual like life lesson in each episode.
I really related to blue haired girl. It's like, oh, I can get really motivated over this, but that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I find it interesting how real it gets, and then how like far it goes from reality.
Yeah.
Like in an instant. So
Like, I relate to blue haired girl because like her, I started my job so I could get games,
yeah.
and then like her, I didn't really care about school.
Yeah.
I would stay up constantly until like 5 in the morning, go to sleep, go to school.
That's not good for you, dude.
I don't go to school anymore, so I don't do it anymore.
That's true.
I used to do that. I used to fall asleep at my computer, wake up, go to school,
Yeah.
and then go to work afterward. But
Yeah, her whole thing is like, I've got to study, and it's like, oh, it's time to take a 30-minute break, and then it's like,
that's how it was.
well, 30 more minutes,
Yeah.
and then I'll be back.
I-
I do that all the
I
time.
related her point on point with everything she was talking
Yeah.
about. Huh.
I relate in the fact that. Wait a second. I don't relate at all because I'm the type of person, if I know I have to do something, I will do it. Just that way I don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah. I relate to like working on something and then being like, well, I better take a break or I'm going to get brain fatigued and then
Yeah.
just never come back to it.
Yeah.
What I do relate to is the whole gag where both the younger sister and the blue-haired girl were they're supposed to study, instead they end up cleaning their rooms.
Yeah.
Because that's something I do all the time. I'm supposed to be doing something, instead I'm like, let's clean my apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 hours passed by. Well, I guess I can't do that anymore.
Guess I'm going to bed.
Like I used to do that all the time when I lived with my parents. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be working on this, or I want to go do this, but I really didn't want to do it. So I'd find some excuse to start cleaning under my bed or something.
Yeah, I'm really bad at procrastinating.
Yeah, I am too.
I guess I'm not bad at it. I'm bad. I procrastinate too much.
Yeah. I'm the type of person where like I know I have to do something. I
Yeah.
want to do it, but I'll procrastinate about it and worry about it until it's time to do it. Like
Yeah.
just before I have to do it, and then I'll do it, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm done now.
One good aspect about my job is I've been having to break out of that because
Yeah.
you can't really wait till last moment to give people quotes on their vehicles.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
But no, like the episode was interesting. It's hard to me. It's hard to keep track of the episode.
is it?
There's so much dialogue. There's so much
Is there an
reading.
English dub? Maybe we should try that out. See
No,
how that-
it'd ruin everything.
you think
Yeah, the problem with the dubs of things like that is there's a lot of specific references and
It
they
is also
change
older.
the script a
Yeah.
lot.
As somebody that has a problem reading, I will say the warning is you better just focus on the show because you cannot focus on anything else.
Yeah.
so? All right.
It's very quickly paced too. Like
It
their
is.
cuts are really fast from like bit to bit.
It is. And it's hard to struggle because you're processing what you're reading
Yeah.
slower than the average person does. So like they'll go to a bit and then they'll jump to another bit and you're still processing the bit before the
Yeah.
bit that they just transitioned from.
Like Love is War again as a comparison has like whenever the thing ends it's like today's match.
Yes.
And then it like starts a whole new thing of like this is the next thing.
Yeah.
Where it'll like give a title or whatever.
They transition it very well, Where this is just like
This
jump,
is
jump,
like
jump,
really
jump.
fast, but there's also a lot more like bits. I
There
think
is.
this is based off of kind of like a comic strip.
It was based off of 4 Coma, if I remember
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, which would make sense. What
So-
is why it's so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more like that kind of style of just like really short, random musings about life and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked the episode. I
Yeah,
thought it was,
it was a
good.
good episode, yeah.
So
I really like the characters, so
Yeah.
it's just like because of that, you can just get through even when
I find it.
even the parts that aren't funny or
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm finding it really interesting just to watch the show because it feels like actual Japanese students just going throughout
Yeah,
their day.
it does.
So it's cool just seeing their portrayal of it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So
How do you feel about today's Lucky Channel?
I don't know.
I
I think
liked it
she's
a
going
lot.
more mentally insane.
That's what I'm thinking.
I
yeah.
thought it was great.
Yeah, it was pretty okay. I liked it.
I'm waiting for her just to go ballistic one day. and
I just
like-
loved his like short interruption of her, and then her face just like it like
yeah.
this thing backs up, and just her face like staring at him.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
It was pretty good today. Yeah.
I like how he has like random lines during the show too.
Yeah.
Like he's a,
And she gets upset.
and
whenever
she
says
gets
it.
upset because she isn't.
Right.
Even though she's like the famous child actor or whatever.
Or at the end where she's like, and how do you feel about this spot opening up? And she like says his real name, and he says, "But I am that person."
Yeah.
What do you mean you're that person? That's my name. It's what? Like she didn't realize that he was using his actual name for this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty great.
That's great.
Yeah, I find it really cool. I find it funny too where like the guy is like supposed to be really like nervous and stuff,
Yeah.
but really he's like more professional at it than
Yeah.
she is being. So
Well, you can especially tell that he's getting more and more confident as it's
yeah,
going on.
Yeah.
he's also getting more and more annoyed with the child actor.
We're
Yeah.
seeing
So-
character arcs
Yeah.
Character growth. There's so much character growth. Oh my goodness.
in just the 1 minute we have
Yeah.
on the Lucky Channel.
Lucky Channel's great.
Honestly, all these episodes, I don't even realize that it's been 30 minutes when they're over.
Dude,
I
that
know.
came up so
They
quick.
do
Yeah.
come up fast. It's like, dang, that was over already.
I think it's because of the short stories. It
Yeah.
feels like nothing much
It just
has
like
happened.
Yeah,
goes through
exactly.
so fast, which is
It was
really
cool.
good. It's
Yeah,
a
it
good
is.
thing. It doesn't feel like it's really long and drawn out and boring. It just like keeps going from one thing to another, and it's like, whoa, Lucky Channel, and she says,
Yeah.
"Ohio, Lucky."
I am at 120% today.
And I like it too how the show it doesn't like come to a close.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we're jumping and oh, it's over
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like we're just done. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like how the blue-haired girl was trying to sleep, and that fly kept on annoying her.
Dude, I've had that so many times at night where it's a fly, or you have like the one source of light in your room, and it feels like it's a literal spotlight just on
Yeah.
your face, and you're just like, I need to find something to cover that light up.
I can relate to that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
I've also had the other. For some reason, there's a bit where like nobody could sleep in this whole like
Yeah.
episode. The older sister, purple hair girl, where she was like, "Oh, I'll just do something so that way I can fall asleep."
Yeah.
I've had that so many times where I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I will watch like one YouTube video because usually that makes me tired."
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch 5 YouTube videos at 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's like, "Oh, I didn't sleep at all. Great."
Yeah.
Work will be fun.
I like the blue-haired girl, just like, okay, it's 2 a.m. I'll sleep until 5, and then I'll study, and then like switches to her waking up, just like face on the bed, just
Yeah.
like hitting the alarm thing.
Again, that was
like-
me when I went to school.
Like, yep.
I've had that way too many times.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as the earlier purple-haired girl bit where she's just sleeping the entire day.
You know, I think for episode 5, we're gonna have to make it a point to learn all their names.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because we can't keep on referring to
See, there's,
young purple hair girl, old purple
there's
hair
a
girl.
nice, so they're twins. So it's nice purple-haired girl, mean purple-haired girl.
And then there's pink haired girl.
Then there's pink-haired girl
And blue-haired
with the
girl.
glasses, who's like the one that like everybody's just like, you're the coolest,
Right.
best person ever.
But now we're getting the teacher. So there's
the
the blonde haired
the
girl.
blonde-haired girl. Teacher's cool.
Teacher is cool. Pretty soon we're gonna have the
Obviously,
police
blue-haired
officer
girl.
lady.
Yep, and then there's
Yeah.
that creepy stalker guy.
Yeah.
I think that's blue-haired girl's dad.
Oh,
personally.
that could be. That would be cool.
Like
to
he's
see.
trying to monitor his daughter, especially since the mom died.
Died.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see that being an overprotective dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are showing like a little bit more of the story and stuff too. Even like with her just like mentioning, oh yeah, my mom died when I was really young.
Yeah.
And then,
Dude, that was way too real.
Yeah.
So that's just like a real world
and
conversation.
then she just like makes a joke or something about it, and it's
Yeah.
like, dang, that feels so real.
So it's like, how do you react in that situation? So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm sorry?
Yeah.
It happened 10 years ago, but I'm sorry?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you say in that moment? Oh, both my parents died in a car wreck. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh.
I do what blue-haired
I-
girl did and make a joke. Again, another way I can relate.
Yeah, right. All right, well. I think that's about all we have to say about it.
Ohio Luckies!
Luckies.
It's time to end the podcast.
Wow! Our energy is always at 120%.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here too.
What? No one cares about you. I've been doing this since I was like 12.
12.
My mom got a new purse the other day. Son of a gun!
All right.
And you
So,
just keep dragging it on and on and on. Let's finish the show already.
well, if you guys would stop interrupting.
Oh, it looks like it's time to end.
How dare you interrupt him?
All right, you all. If you like what you listen to, hopefully you do. I don't know why you'd be listening to it if you didn't like what you.
I know.
listening
Maybe
to
you
it,
just listen
but-
to it to seethe in anger.
If you do, that's cool too.
That is cool.
You know, like when you listen to angry music when you're angry.
You know where you could produce that anger and make an actual functioning tweet is you could tweet us at TalkBaka.
Yeah, you can tweet us
And
your angry
just
tweets.
Tweet us your angry tweets.
Scream at us in caps.
Yeah. Be like, your opinion of Lucky Star sucks. It's obviously a masterpiece and the greatest piece of fiction that has ever come out of Japan.
Yeah.
Next to Eromanga Sensei.
Next
And then
year,
I'd
Mom,
And
just
it's
be
like, wow,
like-
your opinions are on point.
And that'd just be like one word. Anime.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like say you said one word and that's it.
One word. Word.
One word. One piece.
Wait a minute. It wasn't about the anime, it was about the friends we made along the way.
Also, you can find us there on Twitter. But if you want to email us, you can email us at askbakatalk@gmail.com.
Email us all your angry comments and we'll read them on the podcast.
Yes, that would actually be super fun.
Yeah.
Also, send us your good comments if you have any.
Yeah, those
Baka
two.
reads
But
hate
right,
mail.
see, we always do it for the nice people. Now we're going towards our angry audience that just hates our guts.
Hold on
I
a
feel
moment.
like we pander towards our angry audience more than our nice audience, though.
Yeah, we are Baka-Talk, so we expect to make more people angry than
That
happy.
is true.
If Lucky Star calls their fans Luckies, should we call our fans Bakas?
Bakas.
I have been saying that since day one.
Ohio Bakas!
Yeah, we just talk to the Bakas. We're not the Bakas talking.
Exactly, talk
Yeah.
to the
Hey,
Bakas.
speak for
We are
yourself,
superior.
Baka.
We are superior to all of our audience. So yeah, send us hate mail
Come on, Bakas.
for
you
our
can do it.
superiority complex.
Not like it will phase us at all.
I mean, PewDiePie has a 12-year-old army.
He does.
So we just did the Baka
Yeah.
army?
Well, now they're the 19-year-old. They were the 9-year-old army, and then you changed it to the 19-year-old army because of Kappa.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, most of the people that started watching PewDiePie in the beginning are 19
Yeah,
years old
that's
now.
true.
So.
Yeah.
They were like 39 years old. now.
Yeah, right. All right, and for the final thing, if you want to see some of our upcoming content, you can go to YouTube and subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Angrily tap the subscribe button and angrily hit the like button and angrily type your comments in the comments
But
section.
gently hit that bell.
Gently caress the bell.
I want to hear you angrily hit those keys when
Yes.
I read that hate mail.
Because I say that because very soon, in the next couple weeks, we will have our first video up of our playthrough of Steins Gate.
Oh!
I am so excited for this, so
Yeah, this is hype.
it's gonna be fun.
Sai Kunguru.
Also, if you want to listen to the podcast in other places than where you originally found it, you can go to anchor.fm/Baka-Talk and find wherever the heck you want to listen to it.
You can angrily scroll through all the platforms.
As you angrily listen to us.
Yes.
And then angrily hit that follow button.
Yes.
As you angrily sip your cup of anger.
And also, if you can, angrily make that review on that podcast platform and give us a 5-star review because you're angry.
Angry Apple users go to Angry Apple Podcast. Find Baka-Talk. Angrily
If
write
you're
your
an Apple
reviews.
user, why wouldn't you be angry? Someone took a bite out of your apple before you did.
Angrily put those 5 stars on there.
Anger.
But you know what else you can not be angry about?
What?
We are finally done with the show. But there's one last thing. Pyrolus, where can they find you?
Pyrolus2 on Twitter.
Awesome. Wheeze, where
You
can they find you?
Find me on YouTube at KBW, where you can give me very nice comments about how much you like me and appreciate me. And you can hit the thumbs up button because you support me and love and cherish me. You can also find me at KBW Author on Twitter, where you can send me nice comments about how much you love and care about me.
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
sending them hate mail through the Russian bots.
Yeah. You know what? You can find me at SirBoom9 on Twitter. You can also find me on another podcast called Look Behind You.
At the door.
There's 2 doors there, actually.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah. Where on that podcast, I talk about the paranormal, the supernatural, and everything in between.
Yes, you should look. You should search for Look Behind You podcast and then slowly, scaredly tap on the Look Behind You episodes and cower in fear as you listen to the voices of Boom, Wolf, a freaking wolf, and Ramen Cat,
Which is a demon.
which is a demon. But the wolf is scarier.
My brother is scary. He's mean on that podcast. Did you listen to
He's pretty
the
amazing.
sponsor spot we made for that?
Yes.
He told me to go leave.
That was amazing.
His
That-
afro makes him
That
intimidating.
thing is so great. I've listened to it so many times because I've listened to so many podcasts. But yeah, his line of just like even you have hope, and he's like, no, I don't. I have no friends.
And then I'm like, even you can make a podcast. He's like, really cool. Get out of here.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, we can edit this? Okay, get out. And then by the end, just like, why are you still here? Savage.
I mean, of course, me and Weez are just too lazy to do it.
Yeah. So the emotion of Baka-Talk is anger, and the emotion of Look Behind You is fear.
Yes. So I'm gonna have to make a podcast all about happiness.
Happiness, yeah.
And what it's gonna be is just daily politics.
Yeah,
There we go.
And just like, today, 57 people died from this hurricane.
Yeah.
So anyways, hit the like button and subscribe.
Tell me all your
Tell me
positive
all your
reviews.
positive news. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna be done torturing all of you good people, and we'll be signing off for this week. Have a great rest of your time until the next podcast episode, and we'll see you all later.
See you next week.
Bye bye,
John
Baka.
Meow.
See you next week.